If you know anything about EVs, you'll know what this badge means. It means performance. This is the ultimate Tesla that you can buy in the UK. It is the 2026 Model Y Performance. It is faster than a Ferrari and it is more spacious than an SUV. Shall we?
The Model Y is the biggest selling Tesla and has regularly been a top 10 seller in the UK, although the numbers have dipped in recent months for, shall we say, external reasons. But we are not here to take sides on that, and instead we're here to just judge the car, so feel free to scrap all you want in the comments section, but just don't drag us into it. Okay, good stuff. Right, let's set the scene first. The rest of the Model Y range had this big facelift at the beginning of 2025, with this new futuristic front and some nips and tucks around the rear lights as well. You get these big red brake calipers hiding behind the new 21-inch wheels, a glossy black finish on the mirror caps, plus a carbon fibre rear spoiler. The aerodynamic bits result in 10% less drag and 64% reduced lift compared to the first Model Y Performance, which makes it faster, more efficient and even more stable at speed. Nice job, boffins.
It's quite a nice space to be here. I mean, like all Teslas, she's a simple queen. She is. Although we now have a bit of carbon there, a bit of carbon up there. We now have a bigger screen. This is 16 inches. It's got a thinner frame and 80% more pixels than the other version. So it's just a bit more fancy, I guess. And then you've got the different way of choosing how to drive. So if I put my foot on the brake, then basically to go forward and backwards, it's that and it's that. It's forwards and it's backwards and a tap in the middle for park. Nice and straightforward. Yes, you do have an indicator. Storage, also brilliant in here. The amount of storage in there is insane. Like, you can get a baby in there. I don't know why that's where my brain went first of all, but you can absolutely fit an entire baby in this thing. And then you've got cup holders there, bit more storage in there. It's pretty blooming good. And it is worth mentioning as well the stuff that comes as standard on top of all the other features. So you've got panny roof as standard. You've got the little 8-inch screen at the back here. That's also standard for your seats in the back, which also can be moved electrically. And then on these seats, which are specific to the performance version, you've got that bit, there's a word for it, but basically it extends out for those with longer thighs than my thighs. I need to push that back again because that's uncomfortable for me, but if you are of the longer thigh variety, then yes, you can move this in and out. Oh, and a quick reminder, you can use your phone to lock and unlock the car, which is really handy.
Now, I'm sure you're familiar with the back of a Model Y by now, but it's worth reminding you that this is a nice place to be. I mean, there's loads of room back here.
And loads of room in the boot as well. Now, Nicki Shields has already done this, and she's taller than me, but need I say more? Look at that. Plus a 100-litre frunk as well. I mean, you can get all of the things. I don't need to tell you any more than that. I've shown you. It's insane.
Now, we know that you're not all looking for a new EV, and that's why we've built our very own used EV marketplace at electrifying.com. So it's packed with great deals and details like battery warranties, so you can buy with confidence. So just scan the QR code on the screen so you can browse while you're watching.
So essentially what they've done is they've put the Model 3 Performance into this. And it's given the Model Y something that nobody really asked for. More power. Literally no one asked for more power in this thing. No one ever complained about the speed of the Model Y. It's kind of stupidly quick for a car that's pretty blooming big. Who needs things this fast? I just don't think you need it. But here we are. It's, you know, we're living in the future where everything has to be stupidly fast, which is crazy, right? It has 16% more peak torque. It has 32% more peak power and 22% more continuous performance. We've got 460 horsepower, so it will do 0 to 62 in 3.3 seconds, which is actually 1.6 seconds quicker than the long-range all-wheel drive version. It is stupidly fast. But you've got different drive modes that are all within the screen, right? So you've got chill mode, so if I put it in chill mode, it still feels pretty punchy, even in chill mode, which is crazy. But this is basically your eco mode, if you will. And then you have standard, which I'll honestly, I reckon you're going to live 99% of your time driving in standard mode. And then you have insane mode. Yeah, it's actually called insane mode because I don't know, maybe they're trying to communicate with millennials. Let's call something insane rather than sport. I'm going to put it in insane mode and show you what it's like. I need to try not to be sick. Right, here we go. Right, no one in front of me, no one behind me. I'm going to put it in insane mode. This is 0.2 faster than the old model. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's stupid. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Oh my God. Oh God, I feel sick now. I feel sick. That's made me feel sick. I need to put it back in standard mode. Wowee. Here's the thing. I like the fact that cars are getting very fast, and I like things that go fast. But when that power is so instant and so quick off the mark, it makes my tummy go. So you're probably going to put it in insane mode twice when your mates get in the car and you go, look what my car can do. And then everyone will feel sick and then you'll go back into standard mode. That's what's going to happen. You've got a top speed of 155 mile an hour, which is, I guess, a nice challenge to see how fast you can go between charge points on the Autobahn. Bloody hell. That's crazy. But I'll be honest, I remember when the Model Y first came out, right? I was working for a different car channel at the time, and I remember driving it and going, ooh, this feels really firm, and I'm not so sure about this car, and I wasn't particularly keen. But the tweaks that they've made along the way over the years on these updated versions, it's now so much better than it once was. It's so much smoother than it once was. Like, it's soaking up everything really well. There's hardly any road noise. The steering is bang on. Can't knock it. Can't knock it. I feel so connected to this car. It's annoyingly good, isn't it? I don't know why it's annoyed me, but it has annoyed me that it's good. There's something about Tesla drivers as well that I just find, how do I say this politely? Have a nice level of nerdism. So it's like, while I've been driving this car, other Tesla drivers have been looking at it like, oh, hello, because they can see the differences. They know the differences. They know that there's now that sort of carbon spoiler on the back. They can see the difference on the lights at the front. They can see that performance badge on the back. And they get excited about it. And that's okay. It's like Tesla owners' special club or something. I'll tell you what is nice. Having an actual indicator. They're putting it back in the Model 3, by the way. They listened and they went, oh yeah, we realise that people actually like having indicators because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, they were trying to save money on having extra parts behind the steering wheel. It just wasn't needed having an indicator button on the steering wheel. So we have a physical indicator. Love that for us. There's a couple of things that I need to point out to you. The lovely Tom Barnard drove this before me. And he was like, can I point something out that I don't think you would notice because you're much younger than me? His words, not mine, but it's true. He finds the writing on the screen too small. If you are of the older variety, or you are of the long-sighted variety, maybe, it might be a bit small going on the screen. It doesn't bother me, I can see everything fine, but actually I can see what Tom's saying, because the writing on here is particularly tiny. And especially with some people, because I know, I've seen Tom's phone before, and he's that guy that has to turn up the letters and make the letters much bigger when he's typing on WhatsApp. So for him, he was like, it's too small, I can't read it. So that's something to acknowledge. And also, rear view. Right, so the view out the back, there is no rear wiper, because that seems to be the fashion at the moment, doesn't it, in most electric cars. No rear wiper, and that rear window is actually quite small, so visibility out the back isn't the best. There's something about Teslas that I can't knock, and that is the simplicity of them. They are so straightforward. I'm going to go forward, so I'm going to move forward. I'm going to go backwards. That's it. Although my biggest annoyance with the Tesla is there's no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, so you have to use their maps. And sometimes you get taken down roads that you don't want to go down. Whereas I'm much more of an Apple Maps or Google Maps kind of gal within my Apple CarPlay. So that's probably my biggest Tesla bugbear. But this is driving really well. I like the ride height as well. I feel like I'm just looking over everything. I've got so used to my long-term car at the moment is the BYD Seal Excellence, so I'm a little bit lower. So now I'm at that place in my life where every time I sit in something a little bit higher, I get quite excited about it. It's quite nice to sit quite high up. And these seats are pretty comfortable. Yeah, they are smooshy on my tushy. Also, even though it's kind of, I mean, we're building up to winter now, so it's quite chilly today. It's currently 10 degrees outside. We've been getting about 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour in this thing, which is quite impressive. For a car of this size, at this time of year, that's pretty bloody good. I might press it one more time. Okay, fine. Insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Yes! Now I feel sick. Oh, it does me in that. Yeah, it does. Jesus. Oh, it's back on standard for me. That's quick.
There's new adaptive suspension technology, new springs, stabiliser bars and bushings. Improvements to the rear body structure means torsional stiffness. Yeah, it all works really well. It feels like a real improvement over the old car. Talking of which, the performance has been upgraded with a battery pack equipped with new cells, which are said to give a higher energy density without adding weight to it. So the official range of this car is 360 miles, which is 41 miles more than the older car. More impressively, it's just 4 miles less than the long-range all-wheel drive and 27 miles below the single-motor model.
Then, of course, you have the Tesla supercharger network, which we all know is God-tier charging. That was very satisfying. Let's talk about the price. £61,990 for this, which actually, in my head, I think is pretty reasonable. I mean, especially when you consider putting it up against the Porsche Macan Turbo, for example. I mean, it's £2,000 more than the previous version, but £10,000 more than the long-range all-wheel drive version. To me, that sounds like a big difference.
The tricky part to explain are the leasing costs. Now, when I checked the performance, it's £975 a month on a 36-month deal, compared to £525 for the long-range all-wheel drive on the same terms. Ouch.
I'm going to make a bold statement. This might be the best Tesla I think I've ever driven. Yeah. I mean, you think about it. This is a formidable thing. It's very, very impressive. The Porsche Macan Turbo will let you go 1 extra mile of range for basically twice the price. The Hyundai 5N maybe is a bit more exciting, but isn't as efficient. So actually, in terms of rivals, the only rival to this car would be the other version of this car, the Model Y all-wheel drive. So it's all down to how much power you want. Do you want super fast fun times, or do you just want a suitable family car that's still pretty fast, which is the normal Model Y all-wheel drive? It's tough, isn't it? I like it though. Fair play.